But Elena, we have had good news today, it seems, about this COVID vaccine that apparently is 90% effective. But nonetheless, with a vaccine or without, we still need protocols and guidelines nonetheless. And I know that the European second lockdown, really, which is continent-wide, is causing huge problems for tourism all over the planet. It is a big source market. Is it, from your point of view, I know you're former minister in Greece, how frustrating is it for you working within the European bloc to get coordination?
Well, first of all, we have to say that the pandemic has left no country and no economy intact. And still, almost 1 year after the outbreak, it's not over. Until we have a good cure or a vaccine, as you said, we will not feel safe and we will not be able to travel the same way we used to travel. We have to adjust the way we live, the way we travel, we have to adjust everything. From my experience as a former minister of Greece, when I dealt with several crises, including financial crisis, refugee issue, attack on safety, natural disasters, and now, as a member of the European Parliament, I have made several interventions to the European institutions for a concrete plan to protect and support tourism and travel as a top priority for the whole European Union, because Europe, as you know, it's the first global destination, more than 10% of the GDP and more than 22 million jobs is on tourism. Tourism is accelerator for growth and for other also sectors. Don't forget that. So from my current position, we're trying to, I'm also the coordinator of my political group, means that I'm more involved in the committee, TRAN, which is Travel and Tourism, Transport and Tourism, to confront this new crisis. So since last June, we have asked for a mandatory testing on departure in a coordinated number across the European Union with fast, reliable and affordable screening methods in order to avoid quarantine periods, because quarantine cannot prevent. Quarantine is after you have the problems, the virus, and the symptoms. So we even urge the Commission and member states to use all available resources to make sure that citizens will be tested free of charge. It's very important because we are experiencing in Europe the second wave now of the pandemic, and the tourist season for 2021 is still very unpredictable and unstable. We don't know what is going to happen. So I have also proposed for European mechanism. It's a crisis mechanism for tourism to be established, so we can confront this kind of issues, health issues, climate changes, natural disasters, all this kind of stuff. My proposals, I'm very, very happy because they were adopted in the two resolutions. One was October 2019 for Thomas Cook, that was also a big crisis at that time. And in the last resolution, last June 2020. As the Minister of Jordan said, also in Europe, top priority is the immediate recovery to restart travel and tourism and protect the SMEs, adequate funding for businesses, especially the small and medium sizes, and financial support to protect millions of jobs. Because as you know, European Parliament is elected directly from the citizens of Europe. So we have to push the Commission and the Council to take more right measures fast. As Taleb Rifai said, the Commission was delayed to take the measures, and this was a huge issue for the pandemic. So we need safe measures, the right measures, and at the right time. And so we need investments that are urgent to battle the pandemic, to avoid bankruptcies, to protect jobs, because what's going to happen is that the most vulnerable businesses, they will be bought by the most powerful economic business. So it's going to be a disaster in the long term for the SMEs that everybody says that is the backbone of the economy and blah, blah, blah. They have to show that in action, not only solidarity in the words. And also, we have another goal for which is very important, and I have to mention that, that we need long-term investments to ensure the green and digital transition of the tourism and travel sector in a smooth and fair way, according to the goals set by the European Green Deal and the principles of sustainable development. So regarding the immediate needs, the European Union has already secured 750 billion euros in the form of both subsidies and loans for recovery in vital sectors, including tourism. So we have to protect the SMEs and the jobs. And it's the responsibility of the member states to make the best possible use of these funds they can, according to their specific needs and in regards to tourism, depending on the importance the sector has in their GDP and in the socioeconomic growth. For example, in Greece, it's more than 20% of our GDP. So as you understand, it's very important. So, and another thing that it just came out last week is in the 4th amendment of the temporary framework for state aid measures, includes increase of support of 800,000 euros per SMEs to 3 million euros. That's the only way to survive the small and medium-sized businesses. By closing my statement, I have to say that pandemic emerges as the accelerator of other changes that we expected before the crisis, but in a slower pace. The sector's digital transformation, which is an urgent issue, as technology, research, data, and artificial intelligence. I have to say, though, that the alternative of interior tourism, it's very important, and also thematic travel experiences such as ecotourism, agrotourism, medical tourism. Mr. Taleb Rifai mentioned that when you have a big program for interior tourism, you can really support the local economies, and it's important. But also, if you have tests and right measures and safety measures, and also you expand in thematic tourism, I think there are tools that will give us to support the policies, and the tools will give us the strength and the power to support the private sector, the investments, the innovation, and also the economy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elena. We're going to come back to all these points. Thank you.
I would like just to make a very quick statement. Tourism will not change. People would love to travel, not only for vacation and pleasure, but they would love to travel also for business. And we have to think that when the pandemic will be confronted and we will find the cure or the vaccine, things will go back to the way we used to travel, of course with different rules, and of course with distance, and maybe with more safety rules that actually they have to be coordinated and be the same for everybody. I will totally agree that all the investments, they will restart again in different countries, different ways, like culture or health, wellness, history, but at the same time authentic experiences. And I think at the end, the most important thing is to protect the SMEs and the jobs, because if we don't, we will witness a domino effect in bankruptcies, foreclosures, layoffs, and unfair practices against the most weak. So in order to reopen the investment in tourism, which will happen, I'm sure about that, we have to see different models of tourism, but at the same time, safety and support the small businesses and the jobs.
Elena, thank you very much. You've made your point really clear. Lots of stuff there, loads of stuff. And unfortunately, we run out of time, as per usual. So many ideas, so many things to talk about, which hopefully will continue over the next 2 days. Can I thank my panel? You've all been fantastic. The conversation continues. And as we all know, tourism definitely continues. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.